Yo, what is going on, guys? And yes, the Minnesota Timberwolves are undefeated after 2 games. Undefeated. The Minnesota Timberwolves. What did I just say? The Minnesota Timberwolves are undefeated. And honestly, arguably a top 10 perimeter defensive team in the league. Dude, 13 steals and 8 blocks. 13 steals and 8 blocks. It literally seems like Oprah Winfrey's going out here. You get a block. You get a steal. You get a block. You get a steal. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you agree with me? The Minnesota Timberwolves are a playoff team? I think at least a playing team. This team is dirty, and Chris Finch is an amazing coach. Okay, and can we continue? Anthony Edwards continues his reign and showing that there is no sophomore slump. He was the number one pick. He is a demigod. But the real story is Karl Anthony Towns. For a while, Karl Anthony Towns been called the soft-ass bitch. Sorry for the French. For being a guy who doesn't really play defense. He came out there and was swatting. He had 3-4 blocks out there. Okay? And he didn't really grab many boards, but he was playing some solid D and continues his thing. He's the best three-point shooting, arguably the best scoring big man in all of the NBA, in all of basketball. And D'Angelo Russell continues to play, third guy. But really, I love Josh Okogie. Josh Okogie is just a stud defensively. He sucks at offense, but he's been a better slasher. This game, he didn't score at all, but he makes up by just trying so hard with hustle and just defensively that you really can't be mad at the guy. I mean, I'm not going to pay him much, but if he wants a cheap deal to stay here for a while, I wouldn't be mad. Jaden McDaniels as the power forward. We keep rotating power forwards with Taurean Prince, Jared Vanderbilt, Jaden McDaniels. Taurean Prince, thankfully, he's calmed down with the 3-point shots in the preseason and even last game. He was taking a ridiculous amount. And we are shooting a lot of threes. We almost shot 40 attempts. We didn't connect that well on them. We connected when needed. But still, we're doing what needs to be done. Malik Beasley was a guy that I thought was going to be a six-man of the year candidate. That has not happened. Naz Reid led the bench in scoring tonight. And really, this is a makings of a playoff team. They got a three-headed. They got 3 All-Stars in Russell, Towns, and Edwards. Then they got a few defensive studs in Pat Beverley, Josh Okogie, Jaden McDaniels, and Jared Vanderbilt. And, so Jared Vanderbilt, Pat Bev, Josh Okogie, and Jaden McDaniels are their defensive guys to go with their 3-headed dragon, Edwards, Towns, and Russell. Then you got, good role players and Prince, Naz Reid, McLaughlin, and Beasley. This is a good team. And I feel like they're, one, year away from Edwards really being insane, or one player away from being going from a bottom playoff team to an actual contending team. Am I overreacting? Is this an overreaction? I just really love this team. I love the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're my favorite team of all time. I mean, granted, I do have a Wizards jersey hanging right there and a Magic's jersey right there. Magic thing there. My teams are the Timberwolves, Magic, Celtics, and then I guess you could put the Wizards in there. Yeah, I think Timberwolves and Magic are tied. Then Celtics and Wizards are tied. Or I think I like the Timberwolves a little bit more than the Magic. But either way, this is what we're talking about. This is a team. I really wish, and Leandro Balmaro is going to be great. And Jalen Noel has 6-man of the year potential, I think. At least in my mind, from what I've seen. His scoring potential is off the chart. But I think the real question is could we package Jake Layman and would it have to be Taurean Prince? Yeah, maybe Jake Layman and Taurean Prince for a guy who's on an expiring contract. And I can't even think of somebody who's on an expiring contract. I know for some reason Gary Harris comes to mind. That's not somebody. A guy like Terrence Ross would be awesome if we could package Taurean Prince and Jake Layman for just a 3-and-D guy there. A Danny Green would be another good guy if we could. Obviously, I don't think they would want to trade him. But players in those veins, if we can get an actual 3-and-D, because I feel honestly, power forward, I really like the rotation of Jared Vanderbilt and Jaden McDaniels there, and we've even seen sometimes Karl Towns and Naz Reid out there at the same time. And I think Taurean like if they trade Torian Prince and Jake Layman for a guy who can play small forward, power forward, or more of a power forward, small forward, I think that'd be beneficial. Because we got a backup center in Naz Reid. And I think small forward is like kind of a hole because Josh Okogie's there, and I think Josh Okogie's good, but we need more of a shooter. We don't really have a small forward sniper. And I think that's what keeps us from being a better team than we are right now. I mean, I think arguably we're going to be a top 10, at least top 15 defensive. I think we're going to be a top 10 defensive team and maybe like 18th or 17th best offensively. I mean, I thought we had a good night tonight, okay? We controlled the boards. We did what we needed to do. I mean, this was the Zion-less Pelicans, but we're undefeated, baby. I'm not going to take this for granted, okay? We're undefeated. It's been a while. I feel like forever that since the start, but we actually didn't control the boards. We actually lost the control of the board, but they had 62 rebounds. We had 47. I don't know how the hell that happened. I didn't realize they had that many rebounds when I was watching the game. But, we just out-defended them, okay? They had a field goal percentage of 34%, three-point percentage of 22%. We played better defense. We are defensive dogs. Chris Finch is teaching defense in 3-and-D, boys. Defense 3-and-D. That's it. Like and subscribe.